Hi there, welcome to another yoga lesson. Today's lesson is another one inspired by a zodiac sign, and today's zodiac sign is Aquarius. I'm actually an Aquarius sun myself, so I feel like I know this energy quite strongly. Of course, this yoga class is for anybody, whether you're Aquarius or not. However, we're gonna take some of the creativity, some of the uniqueness, the weirdness that Aquarius tends to carry with itself, and we're gonna apply it in this yoga class. It's a 30-minute long yoga class. All you need is a yoga mat. Let's go ahead and get started. Come to a comfortable seat. We'll begin here just by rolling out our neck. One of the things that we'll use here as inspired by the Aquarius energy is just doing what we feel like doing. Doing things a little bit differently, a little bit weirdly maybe. And this applies with all of the movements. You don't have to do your neck rolls the way I am doing them. Just drop in and see, what do you want to do? How do you want to move your neck right now? Go ahead and bring your head straight on top of your shoulders. And we'll go ahead and start moving our arms, just to get some movement in the shoulder blades. And again here, get as weird as you want to. Aquarians are quite comfortable with being weird and appearing different from everybody else. So just move here in whatever way feels nice in your body. You can curve through your spine, you can roll through your shoulders, you can do side stretches. Just doing some gentle movements to start off the yoga class. Go ahead and bring your hands back to center. We're gonna come on our hands and knees next. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll begin by flaring our tailbone up, opening our chest, looking forward. And with the exhale, rounding through the back, tucking the chin, belly button to spine. And as you continue to do this with your inhale and with your exhale, go ahead and bring some expression and movement to your face. Smiling, laughing, stretching it out, making weird faces. Opening your eyes wide. Gluing them shut really tight. Nobody is watching right now. Embrace the weirdness. Bring your spine center. Inhale, right arm up towards the sky. Open up your chest. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale, left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down. Let's do one more on each side. Right hand up towards the sky. And left hand up towards the sky. Great. Go ahead and sit back down on your bum. Bring your feet out in front of you. Feet are planted on the mat. Lean back a little bit and start to lift your feet off of the mat, hands extend out in front of you. We're engaging here our core just a little bit before we get into the yoga class. And again, bring some weirdness here. Do some movements, some weird movements that if somebody walked in, they would say, what is she or he doing? Move in a way that feels nice. Great, come to stillness and go ahead and place your feet back on the mat. Bring them as wide as the mat, toes pointing out, and you can use your hands to help you come to a squat. Hands come in between the knees. Tailbone works its way down. Top of the head works its way up. Long spine here. Open up your chest to the front of the mat. Place your hands on the mat, begin to shift your hips up towards the sky, bring your feet in a bit closer together, and just fold over your legs. It's time to get weird again. Just start to move here in a way that feels nice in your body. Don't worry about what it looks like. You can move your legs, your feet, maybe even to the point where it doesn't even look like the same pose anymore. You can shake. Get some of that nervous energy that Aquarius tends to carry out of our body. Come to stillness and gently roll your way up to standing. Take a moment here before we move on to the class. Hips are stacked on top of the feet, and the shoulders are on top of the hips. Standing in one tall line. Bring your shoulders away from the ears. Tuck your chin slightly. And promise yourself that this is going to be the weirdest yoga class you have ever done. Your next inhale, arms go up towards the sky. Look up. Exhale, bend at the hips. Inhale, arms come to the shin. Extend through the spine. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Step the feet back. Inhale, stay in plank pose. Exhale, lower the knees and lower the chest. Flip the top of the feet in. Inhale, rise with the chest. Exhale, come down. Flip your toes and extend your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Allow yourself to get weird here again. Just move in the way that feels good. Shaking, moving your arms, your legs. Maybe even doing some face yoga. Great. Gently come to stand still in your downward dog. Look forward, step the right foot up, followed by the left. Inhale, flat back, hands to the shins. Exhale, bow down over your legs. Inhale, stand all the way up, arms towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands by your side. Just take a couple of breaths here. With your next inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, place the hands and step the feet back into plank pose. Inhale, stay in plank. Exhale, plant the toes and lower down to the mat. Inhale, push into the hands, raise the chest up. And exhale, tuck your toes and shift your hips up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and raise the right leg up. Bring the right foot next to the bum, opening up through that right hip. Look forward, step the right foot in between the hands. Begin to shift your feet as you come up. Shift your feet to the long edge of your mat. We're gonna come down into our goddess pose, so toes are facing out, and we're gonna sink down into our hips. This one can feel quite strong sometimes. And this is another time, you guessed it, to get weird. So just go ahead and do some weird stuff in this pose that just feels good, or maybe that just is fun to do for the sake of it. It doesn't need to look like goddess pose. Great. Gently come to stillness. Go ahead and shift your weight to the right foot, left toes come up, side lunge. Whoops, don't lose your balance. And the other side. Bend the left foot, right toes come up. We'll just continue to move through these two gently. Side lunge on the right and side lunge on the left. Let's do one more. Great. Look forward, shift your feet to the front of the mat, place your hands and come back into plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower your toes and lower your chest. Inhale, rise up, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Left leg comes up, left foot to the bum. Open up through the left hip. Look forward, step the left foot in between the hands. Pivot your feet so that they are facing the long edge of the mat. And come down into goddess pose, toes facing out. Get weird here again. Come to stillness and let's do the side lunges on each side. Bending into the left foot, right toes come up. Bending into the right knee, left toes come up. Let's do two more on each side. One more on each side. Great. Look towards the front of the mat, shift the toes to point there. Place your hands down and step back into downward facing dog. Look forward, step the left foot to the front of the mat, followed by the right. Inhale, straighten your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up, hands towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands next to your body. Allow yourself to catch your breath here. On your next inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, straight through the crown of your head. Exhale, plant the hands, plank pose. Keep your tailbone tucked here as you inhale. Exhale, lower down onto the mat. Inhale, push into the feet, rise up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, step your right foot to the front of the mat. And let's shift into our goddess pose again. Toes facing out, bending into the knees. Coming down with our hips. Allow yourself to get weird again. It is a bit difficult to keep your balance when you do this. Great. Come to stillness. Let's go into our side lunges, bending into the right knee. Coming back up, bending into the left knee. Coming back up. Let's do one more on each side. Right knee. And left knee. Next time you're doing the right knee, stay there. Begin to come onto the left toes. Put your hands on the mat, shift the foot to the outside edge of the right hand, and come into a lizard pose. It's important here to shift your right hip back and your left hip forward. If it feels comfortable, you can even lower your left knee. It's a deep stretch here into our hips. Great. Come back up onto your left toes. Shift the foot in between the hands and actually keep shifting it until the left hand, and drop your knee and the knife edge of that right foot down, coming into our pigeon. Make sure here that your hips are even. So you're not trying to bring your right hip down where the left one keeps coming up. You can stay on your hands or drop down onto your shins here. Keep taking deep breaths. This pose can be intense. Drop your weight on the right foot as you begin to swing your left foot forward. Plant that left foot on the outside of the right knee. Both hips are on the ground here. Left hand comes behind you. Right hand hooks around the knee. And go ahead and twist to the left side. If it feels comfortable, you can even look behind you. Spine stays straight here. Great. Go ahead and look forward. Swing that left foot back, coming into your pigeon. Plant the hands. Tuck the left toes and begin to lift up so that you can plant the right foot next to the left, coming into plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, come onto your knees, tuck the toes, and into downward facing dog. Let's go ahead and do the other side. This time, left foot steps forward in between the hands. Coming into our goddess pose, toes pointing out, hips drop down. Time to get weird. Hopefully by now you're comfortable with looking strange and doing strange things. Come to stillness in your goddess. Go ahead and begin to bend into the right knee, right side lunge, and begin to bend into the left knee. Let's do one more on each side. Right knee, coming back up. Bend the left knee. Go ahead and stay here. Shift the toes to face the front of the mat. Plant the hands and shift the left foot on the outside of the hands, coming into your lizard. Left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward. If you'd like, you can even plant your knee here. You can stay up on the hands or even go down on your shins. Tuck your toes and lift that right knee up. Shift the left foot in between the hands and keep shifting it so far that you come on the left knife edge of the foot and drop the left knee down on the mat. Eventually, go ahead and put the right knee back down on the mat as well. Check in with your hips here. Make sure that you're not dropping on one hip. You can stay upright or drop down on your forearms. If you're on your forearms, go ahead and place your hands on the mat. Shift and sit on that left hip. Bring the right leg forward. Plant the right foot on the outside of the left knee. Right hand comes behind you. Left arm wraps around the knee. And go ahead and twist to the right side. Imagine here that somebody has a string on top of your head. Just pulling up. Shoulders move away from the ears. Go ahead and look forward. Uncross the legs and come to lie down. Great job. We're just gonna do a couple of poses to close off the class. Lie all the way down on your back. Extend your feet out. Just take a couple of breaths here. Notice how you feel after doing a lot of strange movement. Do you feel liberated and free? Do you feel scared? Maybe you feel weirded out by yourself. Those are all valid feelings to have. Plant your feet on the mat. Bring your hands up towards the sky in line with your shoulders. And bring your feet up towards the sky in line with your hips. And just allow yourself to hang here. Allow your feet and your arms to dangle. Maybe even do some movement that feels good. Maybe shake. Great. Bend into your knees and grab with your hands, if you can, the nice sides of your feet, maybe your shins, coming into a happy baby. Try to keep your tailbone on the ground here. It shouldn't be coming up like this, just so that you can grab your feet. If it feels comfortable here, it's our last chance to get weird, so if you'd like some more, feel free to just move in a way that feels good, in a way that's more fun, more creative, something that you don't take yourself too seriously. Awesome. Begin to let go of your feet. Extend them out. Let them flop open. Bring your hands with the palms facing up next to your body. Tuck your chin slightly. And if it feels comfortable, close your eyes. Begin to wake up your body. Bringing movement into your face, into your hands and toes. Maybe it feels comfortable to roll your neck from left to right. Bring your feet together. Roll over to one side. push into the top hand and come back up to a seat. Awesome. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another astrology inspired yoga class. We worked quite a bit on different parts of the body. We opened up our chest through the sun salutations. And of course, we opened up our hips through the lizard and the pigeon that we did towards the end. And hopefully we also got to exercise our creative weird self as well. I think there are a lot of ways that we can access that, and a lot of times we don't feel comfortable with accessing it. But the yoga class allows us a sort of safe container, a safe space to do that. It feels and looks less weird if you're doing these movements in a yoga class rather than if you're just on the train traveling to work. If you want any other astrology yoga classes, I have done about 5 of the zodiac signs so far, so you can go ahead and find the one you're looking for in this playlist. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon.